What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about how the cheese in NBA 2k MyTEAM has evolved. So basically I made a video like this a couple of years ago. Obviously it has been 2 years, so this is a kind of update video. I've kind of looked a little more critically back at all the other 2k games as well recently, although most of them are the same as they were a couple of years ago. But yeah, so if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. You upload more MyTEAM content than anywhere else, and also with the fact that the game is currently not working in EU since it's been free, should be fine in a few days. I'm gonna have to be a little more creative with these type of videos. But this is something that I have kind of wanted to make a little bit of a look back on the cheese of MyTEAM. I obviously made this video a while ago, back when I had less than 50,000 subscribers. Now I have a lot bigger following. As well as that, we've had two of like the most exploited games in 2k history, 2k19 and 2k20, since my original video came out. So I feel like rather than making an update to this every 1 year, I may as well make an update to this every second year. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. Now let's get on to start with 2k13. So NBA 2k13, the first year of MyTEAM. And while I definitely think that there was a lot of cheese in this game, whether it was unblockable dunks, Gerald Green, leaning three-pointers with Steph Curry, trying to think what else. There's the up and under cheese. There was so much, but the eurostep 3 was just the worst. Like, this one good thing was that the eurostep 3 meant that off balling was useless, because off balling you never ran to the rim in this game. You would run literally away from the rim, shoot a eurostep 3-point shot, and it would go in almost every single time. If you were open, it would go in. And the computer, because you weren't running towards the rim, the CPU wasn't stopping you, so you had to user pretty much everybody and also protect the guys running away from the basket. It was the weirdest thing ever. And in a weird way, it actually kind of stopped off-balling. And yeah, it didn't really work against on-ballers, but it worked so well against CPU. Like, you literally could score every single time against CPU with this. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. And if you guys have ever turned on NBA 2k13 again, I did this at the 2k19 launch, because they had it was the 20th anniversary. They had all of the previous 2k games there, and I played against someone 2k13. I was like, I can guarantee you I can score 50 points and a half with Kevin Durant. Eurostep 3 every single possession, didn't miss a shot for an entire half. The guy didn't know what to do. And yeah, maybe you didn't use it at the time because YouTube wasn't as popular with 2k, but trust me, if something like this was in the game right now, it would be 100% patched. And now we're on to 2k14, and gameplay wise, I didn't feel like there was too much to be exploited. I think the stats in general of cards were kind of low. They were actually lowered down a bit as far as I remember from 2k13. There wasn't as many high overall cards, because obviously Jordan was 99. But the duplicate player glitch was ridiculous. Like, you would put in duplicate players, and all you had to do was just like change your lineup. This obviously isn't my footage, because unfortunately I hadn't started YouTube from 2k14. But you literally, it was like change your lineup, it was like go to your minutes and back out, and it would just let you. And I can't even remember, like, it was not complicated whatsoever, and it was not patched for most of the year. And a lot of people are saying, oh, I never play against duplicate players, because you never played against somebody that was sweating. Like, at this stage in the game, I would be like, I think I got all the rewards in the end for road to the playoffs, but it was a struggle for me. But you better believe I was running with Michael Jordan at point guard, Michael Jordan at the 2, Michael Jordan at the 3, Kevin Durant at the 4, and I think it was like Hakeem at the 5. And then my bench was Michael Jordan at the 1, LeBron James at the 2, LeBron James at the 3, Kevin Durant at the 4. So like, I think I had 2 LeBron James cards, because I had the diamond LeBron. I had 2 LeBrons. Actually, I had the pink, was the pink diamond Kevin Durant? I think, and the sapphire Kevin Durant, the gold Kevin Durant. I had 3 Kevin Durants, I had 3 LeBron Jameses, and I had 4 Michael Jordans in my team. And now I had like Hakeem and somebody else in my centers. But like, as you guys can see here, he has 2 Michael Jordans in his squad. Like, you could legitimately go out there with duplicate players in 2k14 like it was nothing. I don't necessarily think that people necessarily remember this, because I don't think I came up against more than 3 players all year with duplicate lineups, just like I didn't come up against many people with the eurostep 3-point cheese. But I'm telling you, with the way things are today, with the amount of people are sweating, and also the amount of people that are posting YouTube videos, looking for YouTube videos for tips, which is a lot more nowadays than back then, you better believe if something like this was happening now, everyone will be running all duplicate lineups. You'd be seeing like 4 LeBrons on the floor. Like, you'd probably be seeing people using pink diamond Giannis in all 5 positions. 2k15, there was baseline cheese, But because this kind of included in baseline cheese, 63 fist / Horns 91 fist, I'm being 100% serious. These plays were unguardable. Because just watch what the defense does. The only way you were able to stop the corner 3 was by usering the guy in the corner. Otherwise, the corner 3 was wide open. Obviously, that was an open layup right there. But if you didn't user the off ball and user the corner player, you gave an open layup. The CPU defense was worse in this game than in 2k20. I'm telling you right now. Like, 2k20 CPU defense is bad, but I am telling you right now, the CPU defense from 2k15, I've looked back in a few clips, that Wilt is a monster, player build wise. I just noticed that there. But the CPU defense was so much worse than it is now. It was so much worse. And like, imagine if the defense was this bad in the 99 everything era. The amount of wide open threes that were given up just because of this play. Like, there were legitimate competitive games where people would just spam this one play. Yeah, the way people play lanes right now, maybe it wouldn't work too well. But, man, I'm telling you. People are saying on ball has only been bad the last few years. On ball has been dead for years. Since 2K15, no one's played on ball because of things like this. 2K16, Steph Curry. Like, I'm going to say this right now, the least cheesy of every 2K game, as far as I remember, was NBA 2K16. I was looking back at stuff and I couldn't really find much, but this one card, he had a scoop layup that was unblockable. He could shoot from, especially late in the year, every Steph Curry card could shoot from like the halfway line. I was so tempted to just put like limitless range, because in general, yeah, limitless range was cheese. Like, I played against so many people running Steph Curry, Channing Frye, picking pops, and it was just unguardable. You couldn't guard it. They both could spot up from the halfway line and hit shots. However, it was very, like, though not that many people ran them, except Steph Curry was the most ran player. I think in one of my very first wagers, not even wagers, like competitive games ever, was against JD Crossover back in 2K16. Yeah, we go that far back. And I think he hit like 3 half-court shots with Steph Curry in a row. I think I was like up 1 and he hit 3 in a row and I nearly rage quit there and then. This card was broken. 2K17, 5-out momentum cross. Trust me, like, I was good at 17. And it's weird, like, in comparison to most people, I was probably better at 17. But because no one really played 17 that seriously. But, man, I'm telling you, 5-out was a game changer. No one knew how to guard it. No one knew how to guard it. And especially because threes went in at such a high rate that, like, you could easily shoot 70% from 3, shooting mostly whites. This isn't like 2K20 where if you don't green, you miss. Shots went in at a much higher rate with much lower ratings. There were guys legitimately using the Emerald Kristaps Porzingis until like February. If a card had limitless range. And like, players didn't spot, also looking at 5-out, players didn't spot it from limitless either. And regardless of the way the defense was, at this stage, the defensive settings weren't like they are right now. I'm telling you, if you were able to beat your man one-on-one off the dribble at the top of the key, it was an auto basket. It was an auto basket. And also, if you had a limitless range point guard and they off-balled, the way the defense played, you were getting a wide open limitless range every shot, or every time. So it wasn't uncommon to see 2 players in an game of NBA 2K17 shoot the ball at a 75% rate in a game. It was not uncommon at all. This game defense is almost non-existent. And the reason why I say almost is because this game defense was non-existent. NBA 2K18. I don't know even what to call this. Could it be the extreme 5-out or just abusing the blow-by animation? The blow-by animation, literally stop, start, snatch back 3. Or if they play too high on you, blow-by. One good thing about the blow-by was that you could stop it, but it involved a lot of like off-ball defense, involved a lot of pinching, or it involved elite on-ball defense. It was difficult to stop, but you actually had to on-ball a little bit. You could never play hard off-ball. As in, you couldn't just use your center and sit on him, because that just didn't work. However, it made defense basically impossible. One thing about 2K18 was I actually found it more enjoyable in 20, because even though you couldn't play defense, you knew for a fact you were just, no matter who you're playing, so you could be playing as the best player in the world, and you knew you were going to cook them. Like, you knew you were going to score a serious amount of points. But I'm telling you, 2K18 just had no defense. I can't even describe the cheese, because if you weren't here for it, you don't know. You don't know what the blow-by is. Imagine every single card has Hall of Fame quick first step, and there's no clamps. That is literally what 2K18 was. The most broken, but not worst 2K game ever. 2K19, there's so many, but I'm just going to say out of position cheese. This is what brought in position locks. Obviously, money also brought in position locks. But The fact is that I could run with this team right here and still have a bunch of success. It was actually nuts. But at the same time, like, there was so much. I could easily have put base 11 cheese here. I could have put post fadeaway cheese. I could have put the leaner. The leaners went in so much. This game just had, no matter what your playstyle was, it was cheese in 2k19. And that's one of the reasons I like 2k19 so much, because everything was overpowered. It wasn't like this year where there's only like 2 ways of playing the game. Like, there are 2 ways of playing 2k at a competitive level. Last year, like, everyone had their different styles. There was the base 11 guys, the leaners, guys who shot a load of leaners off pick and rolls. There was the giants. It was everything. It was absolutely everything. And I think 2k19 still, to me, is the best MyTEAM. I didn't play 16 much, the best MyTEAM I've played in my memory. However, I'm telling you, those out of position giant lineups, man, they were tough to stop. They were so tough to stop, especially when surrounded with base 11 players everywhere. And now the age-old debate. What takes more skill? 3 hunting or deep hash? Honestly, I don't mind guarding 3 hunting. Man, guarding deep hash is impossible. If you don't know what deep hash is, basically the hash mark on the court, if you run at that mark, the CPU defense just doesn't know what to do. You run at that mark and just look at the way they play help. They either don't play help and you have a wide open layup or dunk, or they do play help and you have a wide open jump shot. It is not the easiest thing to guard, but at the same time, like, this guy here went and guarded it, and Ty had a counter and suddenly came off a screen. If you call for that screen in the middle while going deep hash, so if they do cut it off, you can now then use the screen for a quick stop 3. It becomes one of the most difficult things to guard. It is a complete exploit in this game, and it is so difficult to stop. Heck, I'm putting it above post hooks in terms of cheese. As you guys can see here, he goes, the CPU helps completely in, Joel Embiid wide open shot for Ty. Green almost every time with a good player. Deep hash is the #1 cheese, in my opinion, in this game. Even over height, over out of position cards, it's deep hash. So anyway, that's the video. This is just another quick fun video to make, looking back in the history of MyTEAM. Obviously, I would like to be playing NBA 2k20, but the game just physically doesn't work in Europe right now, unfortunately, so I gotta be a little more creative. But let me know if you guys are enjoying these videos, and I will be making a lot more of these in August. It's just, obviously there's a few days right now I kind of have to take things a little bit handy because I can't play the game, but once the game's back normal in EU servers, I'll be back playing 2k20 fairly heavily. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ball point, you know it's not.